I wake up and count my blessings. No more worries, no more stressing. With every loss there comes a lesson. Lord, all I'm asking is protection. I wake up and count my blessings.
Greetings, massive. Translation, hello everyone, and welcome to Conversations with me, a random nobody. Well, today's conversation is the last conversation of 2020. And as we close out the year, we often reflect on the things that we wish we would have done, and we congratulate ourselves on the things that we actually got to accomplish. Well, as we head into 2021, I know that I'm not the only one that's going to be refocused on my health. So if that's something that you're considering taking a look at for the new year, this episode is for you. If you are not familiar, the month of January is normally the month where the vegan community challenges regular, degular meat eaters to a month of veganism. So this episode focuses just on that. I speak with DatPlantBasedBrotha. Our conversation is full of information, full of encouragement, and full of a lot of wisdom. If you have considered trying the vegan lifestyle, now is the time, even if you just do it for 30 days. So Veganuary, aka January, is right around the corner. So this episode is right on time. Well, that's enough talking from me, guys. Let's get right into this conversation with that plant-based brother and me, a random nobody. All right, so my first question that I need to know is, what did you have to eat today? Breakfast, lunch, and it's like 7, so dinner too.
Did you see what I posted on Instagram today?
Remind me, because I think I did.
I made a vegan version of a Big Mac.
Oh, yes, I saw that. I did. Wow.
That was breakfast.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, that was breakfast.
Oh my goodness. So you didn't eat anything for the rest of the day?
Actually, I just had some fries.
Okay.
Before I got on, and I told myself I wanted to make a smoothie, but I got to wash dishes before I can actually use my smoothie cup. So I just threw some fries in the air fryer and went about my business.
Yeah. Now I asked that because your meals are out of this world. Like every single meal you post is just like, how did you do this, right? And I first found out about you, I was searching on YouTube looking for a vegan crab cake recipe, and I've made them before and I've never saw your page come up, but your page came up this time, and your recipe, the video was so easy to follow. All of the ingredients like I already had at home. I didn't have to go out and buy anything, and I was just like, this is awesome. So I binge watched your entire channel, right?
Oh,
and
wow.
then,
Right,
of course. And then I found you on Instagram. I was like, I need more. Like there has to be more. And so I get on Instagram and there was so much more. Yeah. I was like, wait, I need to send him a message. Where are these videos? Yeah. Right? And you were like, nah. So what's up? What's up with the YouTube videos?
Yeah, so YouTube is funny right now. I got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm wearing a lot of hats. Okay. You know, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm an employee for a really, really demanding job. And then I have, my brand, Coach Kitchen, that I'm trying to build off the ground, and I'm doing it by myself. So I had to figure out, something had to go, basically. I figured it would be YouTube because I get more traffic on Instagram than I get on YouTube. It only made sense for me just to cut out what I'm not really getting a lot of traffic in and just focus on where all my traffic is really going. Most of my traffic is on Instagram. The only time people really go to my YouTube is when I post on Facebook, like, hey, I just shared a new video, things like that. So that's why I kind of calmed down on YouTube. I'm actually thinking about restarting YouTube again, but the way I'm going to do it, I'm not going to put my focus solely on YouTube, because at first, when I started Culture Kitchen was just going to be the YouTube channel. So before Instagram, before the Facebook page, Culture Kitchen was going to be where you get all my recipes. And then I thought about it and I said, let me spread this around all the other platforms. And Instagram took off between Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Instagram is the one that took off. So
Yeah.
I just rock with Instagram.
That's awesome. I didn't know you had a Facebook page, so now I'm gonna have to go click like over there because I'm not trying to miss nothing.
Well,
Okay.
you're not gonna miss nothing because everything that's on the Facebook is on the Instagram. But
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I
well,
ain't taking no chances.
I appreciate you, Goddess. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
You are so welcome. Now I did notice that you do have some of your recipes, like some of your most popular ones on Instagram highlights.
Yes.
And you do have some of those recipes listed there. And, I tried the banana pudding, and let me tell you, I'm a visual learner. And so I'm like, I messed something up. I was rereading and I was like, dang it. So hopefully when you restart that YouTube channel, you'll throw that one out there. Cause I know it wasn't supposed to taste like that. And
Well, how did it taste?
It wasn't thick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I messed up with the whipped cream.
Yeah.
That part I messed up with because I tried to make my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I don't think it can, yeah. Cause I had some girlfriends over and I had regular banana pudding. Then I had the vegan one. And most of the time I always want my friends to try both, right? Cause it's, it's like, come on, it's vegan, but it still tastes good. And this time I was like, nah, y'all just take the regular one. Just, just take the regular one.
Yeah, right.
Right. Okay. So how long have you been vegan?
I've been vegan for a year and about 18 months.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So pretty much when you started the YouTube channel, because that was about a year ago, or was it before that?
This was back in June of last year.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you make that switch?
So prior to last June, I was already more of like a vegetarian.
Okay.
Well, they call it lactotarian because you basically just eat chicken. Not really a big seafood person. I have like a shellfish allergy, so crabs, shrimp, I can't eat that. I got tired of eating fish, so I was like, I'll just throw away seafood, whatever. I gave up pork several years ago. Main reason why I gave up pork because I found out how they don't really like excrete. They don't have pores. And I was like, well, they don't have pores and they don't sweat and they stay in filth all day. It's in the food. I was like, nah, bruh. So I got rid of that. And then as far as I stayed with chicken, eggs, I was still eating, regular cheese. And, one day I realized that my body was rejecting it. And I ignored it like most people. You ignore the signs. You get the inflammation with the bad gas and, you get all these things. You get acne.
Yeah.
In problems or whatever. And for the longest time, I ignored the symptoms. I ignored the signs like everybody else. My body's telling me, like, dude, stop eating this. You're killing me. And I'm like, shut up, eat it, enjoy it.
Right.
And then my body said, you know what, say less. And I paid for it. So basically, I just started getting like bad stomach gas. I found out it was from red meat and from dairy will give me really, really bad gas. And the only thing I really ate red meat-wise was burgers and steak. That's all I ate, right? So I cut that out. I started to notice that the gas was going away. And at the time, I was really, I was a gym head. I was in the gym all the time. Okay. So, you got your protein shakes and you got all this other stuff. And I would drink my whey protein, which, whey protein is made from cow's milk.
Right.
So I would drink that and I would get gas. And I'm like, why am I getting gas? It all came from gas. Like, I don't like being a gassy person. Who likes being a gassy person? Right?
Nobody.
Right, nobody, right? You just walking around farting all day. Right? Like, no. Like, no, bro.
Guys, that was not a sound effect. That was that plant-based brother.
But at the end of the day, I just got tired of having bad gas. So I started looking up, okay, I'm gonna try vegan. Because I tried it before. I researched, I was on different Facebook groups. I ran across like everybody, you run across Dr. Sabi videos on YouTube. Right. So I started looking at the videos and I'm like, okay. I started learning about different herbs and the alkaline vegan diet. And then I tried alkaline vegan and I got bored because my creativity, the creative juices wasn't they wasn't marinating. And I'm like,
it's
okay,
hard.
I was like, all right, I'm going back to eating egg and cheese biscuits for breakfast. And I stayed away from the pork and I stayed away from the red meat. So then I transitioned to more like turkey bacon, things like that, ground turkey, things like that. I said, you know what, let me try it again because, I really want to live a healthy life. So what I did was I kind of went cold turkey with it in a sense. I kind of went cold turkey, but then I noticed with cold turkey, a lot of times you set yourself up to relapse. And I relapsed. So then what I started doing was I started to slowly transition. Instead of just giving up cheese, I will only eat cheese maybe 2 to 3 meals a week. Instead of eating egg and cheese biscuits from Chick-fil-A in the morning, because that's my joint right there. Egg and cheese biscuit, orange juice.
Oh gosh.
I already know the total. Just that change. There you go, bro. Yeah, I would go ahead and I started cutting back on that as well. And then I ran across like vegan protein shakes because, like I said before, I was in the gym a lot because I used to I was playing at the time, I played in a rec league. I used to play indoor football. I always stayed in the gym to stay in shape. And I'm like, okay, I need protein supplements while I'm at work. I have a desk job. I work in IT, by the way. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm a computer nerd. So
gotcha.
I sit down on my computer all day and I'm writing, I'm typing in code or I'm fixing somebody's issues. And, it's easy for me just to like put some protein powder in a cup, mix it with some water, shake it up and just drink it. And that's a meal replacement. I started doing that. And then, pretty sure you're familiar with this. Sometimes when you drink your whey protein, it has milk in it, you forget to clean it and you set it to the side for a couple of days. And when you open that joint up, you get the,
right.
Yeah, you get that
the
bad
smackdown. That yeah.
It smack you, all right. But then what happened was I realized that I left my shaker cup with my vegan protein in my locker at work. And I opened it up. I'm like, oh, this is going to smell. And it didn't smell. I was like, what type of voodoo is this? I'm like, what type of vegan magic is this?
Right.
So I started doing more research and then I came across What the Health.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I came across What the Health on actually no, let me go back. I came across Food Inc. first.
Yep. That was one of my first too.
Yeah. I came across Food Inc. I watched Food Inc. and then I watched What the Health. And then between those two documentaries, that just made me give up chicken. Like that day I was like, nope.
No question.
But yeah, that's why I made the switch. My body was rejecting it. I know a lot of people in the vegan community, some do it for, ethics. Right. A lot of people do it for the animals. And I respect everybody's purpose for, going vegan. I don't care if it's for the animals. I don't care if it's the environment. I don't care if it's for your health.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful because we're all different and we're all unique. Sometimes our reasons for going vegan are going to be unique as well, right?
That's right.
With me, my body was literally rejecting animal flesh.
Wow.
Or byproducts from animals. It was rejecting it. Like anytime your body, anything that causes inflammation in your body, that's your body basically like, this is no good. Like, so your body is literally like rejecting it. You're getting acne. Something's going on where your body's like, no, this don't mesh well with me. It wasn't, whatever I was eating wasn't assimilating with my body. So it was just getting rejected in the form of bad gas, constipation. Not to get too deep into it, but my gut health wasn't healthy. And we all know that gut health is the key to your immunity.
Exactly.
So that's wow. So I just gave it. I was like, I'm going vegan. And then ever since then, I've been making the transition from processed vegan to more of a hybrid of processed plant-based.
That sounds awesome. So did your family make the transition with you?
No.
Okay.
So my family is vegan-ish.
Me too.
Yes.
Okay.
So funny thing is, my family won't commit to being 100% vegan or 100% plant-based, but they would eat up all my food.
Of course, absolutely, because it's delicious.
Yeah, they're like, Daddy, can we have some of that? I'm like, sure, but this is all I had to eat. And then they go and eat whatever else they can eat. I'm like I know my food source is limited.
Oh my gosh, I have the same issue. Like my kids will want anything that I make that's vegan. I'm like, but I made you guys something separate, but they're still eating all of mine. And I'm like, you can't win.
No, you can't. No.
Oh my gosh. All right. So before you became vegan, were you always as creative with your meals?
Not really. That's actually a great question. Transitioning to vegan and then having to cook vegan forced me to become a creative. Prior to vegan, I've always been in the kitchen. I'm the cook of the house, right?
Okay.
Prior to being vegan, I would just make regular food. So, in Baltimore or whatever, crab cakes, and I make really good crab cake sandwiches. I would get creative with seafood for my wife and my mother-in-law. Like for Mother's Day, I made them a seafood mac and cheese with jumbo lump crab meat and jumbo shrimp. And I made it with like 4 different cheeses. Hey, I'll send you I'll DM you the picture so you can see it. But it came out great. I was always dibbling and dabbing before I would transition to vegan.
Okay.
So, for the listeners, I just want to let everybody know that being creative is really not that hard. You basically just have to take what you like and swap out a couple of ingredients to make it work. And then it's vegan. And then you're good to go. That's all I do. Now, the way I take my pictures, I'm not giving no secrets away. But the foundation of how I create my meals is literally I'll see something. Like I'll be on Pinterest, I'll be on Instagram, because I watch like different like food channels. I don't care if it's vegan or not. I watch it and I watch. I'm like, okay, that look good. That look good. Oh, I'm gonna make that vegan. Did you see the French toast
roll ups? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that on Facebook. But it was a vegan. And then my homeboy hit me up. He's like, yo, chef. I'm like, what's up? He was like, yo, make it happen. I was like, I'm already on it, bro. I already saw it. Yeah. So, and I saw it. How do you make this? So I started going on YouTube and I started seeing how other people were making theirs. And then I just put my own little twist on it. I made the bourbon maple syrup. I got my cream cheese and the sweet filling. I make my French toast batter is just, I'm gonna give one secret away.
Okay.
So when you make French toast, the best way to replace the egg is to use you can either do a chia egg or a flax egg.
Okay.
But to allow it to really like gelatinize, chill it for a couple hours. Like put it in the refrigerator and chill it. Don't just let it sit to the side for like 10, 15 minutes and then use it. Actually chill it for a couple of hours and you're gonna see a big difference. Like it's gonna look very jelly-ish.
Right.
Like
Okay.
Traditional French toast batter. Then you just dunk your bread and you just butter up your griddle or your pan and then you're good to go.
Let me tell you something about them pictures, okay? They not fair. It's just not fair to look at. Oh my God, guys! When you get a chance, you have to check out his Instagram page because it's drooling and just why can't I just buy this right now? That's how I feel. Now, you actually took over PETA's Instagram stories a couple months. Was it months or weeks ago?
It was 4th of July.
4th of July. Okay. So how did you come across that opportunity?
Great question. Nobody's never asked me that question. That's a great question. Yeah, they actually contacted me.
That's awesome.
So what happened was, I'm trying to remember what happened. I was messing with hashtags. As you know, on social media, the way to get your content viewed is by putting the right hashtag on your posts. And one day I said, you know what? I need to get my picture across everybody. So I was like, what about PETA? They always for the animals. And then I looked how many followers they had. They saw one of my pictures and they DM'd me. I got a DM from them out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I showed it to everybody on Facebook. It's like, yo, you famous, bro. You famous. I'm like, nah, they ain't cut the check.
Right.
I ain't famous, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, PETA hit me up and it was like, hey, how would you like, we getting a bunch of different vegan content creators. We came across one of your pictures. Oh, that's what it was. It was the vegan Big Mac I did months ago. This is a new version of what I did months ago.
Okay.
So what I did today that you saw, that's like the 2.0. That's the new and improved.
Wow.
The one I did before was something that I saw on YouTube and I tried to recreate it. And it didn't work out right. But I posted pictures and everybody went crazy. I was like, all right, I'll rock with it. But I knew I could do better. But anyway, yeah, PETA hit me up and it was like, you think you can do like a little 4th of July spread to show people that, being vegan and, 4th of July, you don't really have to miss out on your favorite barbecue foods. So they saw like the carrot dogs I did, the vegan Big Mac, for burgers. I was going to do like a vegan potato salad, but, I didn't have time. So that's how that came about. And they reposted it on their stories. And I got a lot of love from that.
That's awesome.
And they were interested in doing like more collabs. And I was like, I'm open. Like my DM stays open. It's 24,
Yeah.
like 7-Eleven up in that joint.
Right.
I show everybody love. I don't push nobody away. You got
Yes, you
questions?
do.
Yeah, you got questions? Ask me. I joke
Yes.
around. I'm very sociable. I'm very down
Mhm.
to earth. I don't allow my little social media clout get to my head because
Mhm.
I feel like we're all in it for different reasons, but we all have like common goals in a sense. So why not help the next person?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
So
I think that's awesome. I think that opportunity was awesome, and your mindset as far as, helping each other out, because like you said, we're all in this together. The goals may be different, but we're all in the same family, quote unquote.
and from that, I also got there's a big channel over in Europe, they're called Bosch TV,
Okay.
in the UK. They contacted me as well. I'm actually collabing with them within like the next couple of weeks.
That's
They
awesome.
want me to try out some of their recipes and take my pictures and do a video and then
Mhm.
send it to them and possibly get featured. I got something going, possibly have something going on with Slutty Vegan.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, they had posted an opportunity on their IG for different vegan content creators to be included in their cookbook for
Wow.
2021. So I had to jump on that.
Absolutely.
And I jumped on that and I gave them the recipe to my bourbon fried cauliflower bowl.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know
Mm.
about that.
Oh
So
my Lord.
I gave them that. They saw the pictures. They said, "Yo, everything looks great. We'll be in touch." And I was like, "Okay." And that's that. So like I said, like I'm reaching out to different companies, different
Mhm.
brands are starting to notice me. Like Miyoko's, they checking me out a little bit. Guardian, like some of my posts. Follow Your Heart, like some of my posts. Beyond Meat hasn't contacted me yet, and I don't know why, but it's okay.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. They
It's coming.
heat
Yeah,
up.
it's
Yeah.
coming. But yeah, so I think brands are starting to notice me now, and that's great. I've had one brand that's actually locally here in Maryland. They're in Carroll County. They sent me some potato chips for me to try. I did a video. I haven't posted it yet, but I did a video, and I
Mhm.
hope to get that on my IG stories within like the next 2 weeks or something like that. But I mean, I'm happy that brands are really starting to like notice me. All my hard work is starting to pay off. So.
Yeah, as they should. I mean, I'm excited for the future of Culture Kitchen,
Uh-huh.
at Plant-Based Brother.
Yeah.
I'm like, my belly is ready.
Oh, I know it is.
Now, I see you are sporting a New York Yankees hat.
Yes.
Are you from the NYC?
I'm from New York, yes.
Okay. What part?
Long Island.
Okay, I'm from the Bronx.
Okay.
Okay. BX stand up.
So what brings you down here?
So what brought me to Maryland was school. I came for sign language interpreting, and then I just stayed because it's mad cheaper to live out here.
Mm-hmm.
But now I live in York,
Okay.
and York to me was cheaper than Maryland. But like living out here, it kind of balances itself out price wise. The homes are cheaper out here,
Mm-hmm.
but then you have to pay for a trash pickup, you have to pay that school tax. But I still like it out here anyway.
Talking about York, PA?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's like what, 30 minutes
Yeah,
from
like 45
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with me, so I was born and raised in Long Island, and then I finished high school here. So I left New York when I was like 16. I finished high school in Anne Arundel County, and then I went straight to the military. So
Oh,
when
okay.
we moved, I was only in Maryland for like 2 years, then I left. And then, my mom's, she was still staying in Baltimore. So I just stayed. And then I met
Hmm.
my wife and I really stayed. So
I
now I'm
know
here.
that's right. I
Yeah.
know that's right. Big up wifey. Now, as I said, big up wifey, I must say a lot of your food has been kind of like Jamaican themed, right? And a video I saw of you the other day doing that little dance, hold
Yeah,
up. Are you
yeah.
Jamaican?
No,
Okay. So where does that Jamaican inspiration come from?
I love Caribbean food. I just love it. I I,
Nice.
I love Jamaican culture.
Uh-huh.
I wish I can talk Jamaican, but I can't. But I love the culture. I love the music. I
Mm-hmm.
love the food. Being from New York, like
Right.
it's a big melting pot. I was raised next door to Dominicans. So
Okay.
my best friend growing up, he was Dominican. I had another best friend that lived across the street. He's Haitian. I got a best friend down the street. He's from El Salvador. It's like I've always been, Caribbean and Hispanic culture.
Okay.
You know, that's always been my thing. I make Hispanic food, I make Caribbean food, I can make
Mm-hmm.
Italian food, I can make
Oh.
regular American food, I can make Asian food. Like I rock with everybody. So that's actually where Culture Kitchen came from, the idea of Culture Kitchen.
Mm.
So basically, I just took a couple of different cultures and I was like, you know what? I know how to make that. I know how to make that. I know how to make that. I'm going to bring all these cultures into one big melting pot, and that's going to be my brand. And I'm going to veganize everything.
That is amazing. I love that. I didn't even think of the meaning behind Culture Kitchen, but that
Mhm.
is that makes a lot of sense. So all the different cultures in one kitchen under one umbrella. Wow.
Well, I did that because, like, you know, this is no knock on anybody else, because I've seen there's a lot of different, like, vegan chefs, cooks, content creators. They normally stay with, like, their niche. So, you know, if you're from the islands, you're just going to make island food. A lot of times, if you're from down south, you're going to focus on soul food. If you're from Italy, you're going to focus on Italian food. Or if you're from Mediterranean, you're going to focus on Mediterranean food, like that. My thing was, I like to eat, and I like eating food from different cultures. Like, oh yeah, and then Indian food, I do a little bit Indian food also. So it's like,
Mm.
you know, I just say, you know what, that's a good idea, because it's like, if I can veganize this, I can veganize that. I'm creating my own lane. And you know, most people that I see, they just do burgers, fries, a lot of the seitan chickens and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. But I felt like that market was saturated. So I
Mm.
was like, I need to make myself stand out. What can I
Mm-hmm.
do to make myself stand out? So when I started doing egg rolls, you know, vegan egg rolls, or vegan lo mein, you know, the orange fried cauliflower, the bourbon fried cauliflower,
Mm.
General Soul's cauliflower. And for all the listeners, I make all my sauces from scratch. I don't buy
Mm.
the bottle stuff, you know. And then when it comes to the Caribbean food, most Caribbean food, if you remove the meat from most traditional dishes from any culture, it's already vegan
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. Now you
Mm-hmm.
may have to swap butter and milk and the cheese, but you're already halfway there.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So you just have to find a way to mimic the meat part of the dish. So with me, I don't really try to mimic the meat part, because I don't even want to eat it no more. My goal is just to make delicious food overall. Instead of doing like chicken nuggets or fried chicken tenders, I'm going to fry up some oyster mushrooms.
Mm.
And I tell people this all the time. If I give you an oyster mushroom, you're gonna look at me like, bro, this is not a mushroom. Countless times. I went to go visit my mother over the summertime. You know, she's very critical. This is where I get my cooking comes from my mom, right?
Okay.
So I went to go visit my mom. She was showing me how to make my grandmother's collard greens, because that's one thing my grandmother, before she transitioned, that's one thing that, you know, she did, was she gave my mom's like all her recipes. You know, I get my cooking from those two. My mom's was like, I was like, Mom, I can't use, you know, neck bones and things like that for my greens. How can I get the smoky taste? I
Yeah.
said, you know, normally, you know, vegans, we use liquid smoke. And then she said, boy, get out the way. All right, look, you need this, a little bit of this. Okay, let me taste the broth.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, add your greens. Holler at me in 45 minutes. I was like, okay. And then it was banging. Like, I was like, yo, like, I said, okay, I got my grandmother's greens. That's what's up.
Ah.
Right?
Let me tell you about what he served up the other day, you guys. It was the bourbon cauliflower, was it? Or was it the sesame?
Yeah, you said it right. Yeah, it was
The
it was bourbon fried cauliflower with vegetable fried rice.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know how you did that, because like you said earlier, you said from meals, once you take out the meat, it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much vegan, right?
Yeah.
But when I tasted, like I came to Baltimore to pick up the food and I drove all the way back to York
Mm-hmm.
and tasted that cauliflower, it tasted like chicken. I was like, how? It was so much flavor. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I was just like, wait. And I thought it was going to be soggy. It was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely perfect. And I was like, dang, I should have ordered more than one.
did
But
the did the cauliflower have, like, was it still crunchy?
it wasn't as crunchy,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't soggy
It wasn't
either.
soggy.
It was
Oh,
it was like perfect. I
cool.
could not believe it, because I was like, even on my way driving home, I was like, I should really just pull over and eat, because I've had the cauliflower before from restaurants and it's like as soon as you leave, it just gets so
Soggy.
soft and
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
not. But yours, and I mean the flavor, even in the rice, the flavor was amazing. The patties were amazing.
Thank you.
The cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
How?
Hey man, I be in the lab, you know, like,
Yo, you don't, yo, when you say you be in the lab, you are not lying, because
yo,
that food.
I be in the lab. Like I throw my apron on. I turn my hat backwards.
Right.
I blast the music.
I know that's right.
I'm in the kitchen, and I be tasting like, nah, that don't taste right. Hold up, let me scratch that. Nah, that don't taste right. Let me like I be going in. I get it from my mom. Like my mom's just like that.
That's my son was sitting at the table with me and he's looking at me like, ugh. No, actually at first I was like, do you want to try it? And he was like, yeah, I'll try it. And he's 14. So he's eating it. And he was like, oh, it's good. It's good. I was like, it's cauliflower. He was like, oh, I don't want any more. I'm like, you were which I wasn't mad at because I really didn't want to share anyway. But to hear him, like to see him eat it, not knowing what it was at first. And then he's like, oh yeah, I don't want it. It's cauliflower, whatever. But,
yeah, because he found out it was cauliflower.
Yes.
But and that's the whole thing behind my brand. Is that I'm not trying to make delicious vegan food. I'm trying to create delicious food that just happens to be vegan.
I like that.
There's a difference, right?
I like that.
With me, I always look at food as art.
Okay.
And a lot of people eat with their eyes first. Right? Quick story. My grandmother, when she used to make lasagna, she made, she made spinach lasagna. It was spinach lasagna. That's what it was.
Okay.
Spinach lasagna. And I looked at it, I was like, ew, I'm not eating that. And, my grandmother, she from Alabama. She a thoroughbred. She, she was like, eat the lasagna before I knock you upside your head.
Oh.
And I was like, yes, ma'am. So I ate the lasagna. I was like, Grandma. She was like, I told you. I had like 3 plates. So I understand how sometimes people eat with their eyes and sometimes they may look at something and it doesn't taste good. But when you taste it, it's totally different. But what I wanted was to give people like the double impact effect where they look at it and they're like, yo, that looks mad good.
Yeah.
And then you taste it. You was like, yo, like, son, it tastes as good as it looks.
Yo, it really does.
I'm very thorough and I'm very particular about how I cook in a sense. But I'm happy that you enjoyed the cauliflower. I will be making cauliflower again soon.
I hope it's like soon because, and that brings me into my next to last question. What is the future for DatPlantBasedBrotha and Culture Kitchen? Are we going to get a restaurant? Are we going to get some more meals like every so often? Like, what's the future?
Yeah. So the future for Culture Kitchen, the future for DatPlantBasedBrotha. Right now, I'm actually into it's all about branding. I'm trying to brand Culture Kitchen. DatPlantBasedBrotha is actually, I'm actually thinking about changing my IG to Culture Kitchen.
Okay.
And retiring the DatPlantBasedBrotha persona, I guess. But I don't know yet. So basically right now, I'm in the process of trying to brand my Jamaican patties. And then I have a friend of mine who she is actually getting ready to, like when I say like vegan mac and cheese, everybody's mac and cheese that I've had so far can't touch hers. Wow. And I'll put $100 up right now.
Wow.
Right? Like her mac and cheese is just crazy. She's on the verge of branding her mac and cheese and getting into grocery stores. Okay. So when I saw when she was doing that, I said, hey friend, I need help. Like, she's like, what you need help with? I said, whatever you're doing, I want to replicate that, but with my business.
Wow.
And she was like, oh yeah, I got you. Say less. Like, you help me out. I help you out. We good. I'm like, all right. So when I thought about it, seeing her making the moves that she's making, it motivates me now to say, you know what, I can do this. Like, if my homie can do this, I can do this as well. Right now, my Jamaican patties is the only thing that I'm willing to ship right now, because a lot of people ask me to ship food and I'm telling them I can ship you some patties because it's the easiest thing for me to make.
Right.
I've already tested freezing it and reheating it. Now, if you want me to make you yams and greens and fried oyster mushrooms and you want me to freeze it and you want me to ship it to you, I'm sorry. I'm actually thinking about, with the whole Culture Kitchen brand, I want Culture Kitchen to be known for the Jamaican patties because everybody's talking about them. So why not strike while the iron is hot? If everybody's talking about the patties, I want everybody
to experience them,
to experience what everybody else is talking about when they talk about Culture Kitchen patties. Right now, I'm on the verge of trying to price a vacuum sealer, get some labels. I'm in the process of actually changing the meat filling because I'm trying to get away from the processed meats like Impossible and Beyond.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wean off of it. Now, don't get me wrong. If I have to use it, I'll use it. Instead of using them, there's actually a Black-owned company called Legendary Burger. So they actually have a plant-based burger that I tried. It basically tastes almost similar to Beyond Meat, but without the wet dog smell, right?
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't, come on, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
As soon as you open up that package, you're like, hold up, who opened up a can of Alpo?
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So one thing I love about that vegan meat alternative is that it only contains 7 ingredients, and I can pronounce every word in the ingredients list.
That's helpful.
And it is. And one thing I've noticed that when you read labels, because we're all vegan or veganish, and we're all reading labels, and a lot of times you get across like these 3 and 4 syllable words, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's a chemical. Scratch that.
Right.
So, but with this company, it's like 7 ingredients.
Okay.
I think that's great because I'm like, okay, it is processed, but it's not heavily processed with a lot of chemicals. Okay, I can use this. And I think it's a beautiful thing because nobody really knows about them. So if I'm trying to get, my vegan patties put in different grocery stores, right? And everybody loves my vegan patties. And if they are trying to get their burgers, if they're trying to promote their burgers on like a mass platform, why not come together? I reached out to them. I even told them, like, listen, look, this is that plant-based brother on Instagram. I've used your burgers as a meat filling for my Jamaican patties. I'm trying to brand my Jamaican patties, and I want to use your meat filling in my Jamaican patties. How can I order in bulk? Okay. And then they contacted me. They told me, we're in the process of rebranding. We might be coming out with 1 pound package soon, I was like, okay, I'll wait. But for now, I got to meet my demand because I got hungry people knocking on my door like, bro, we need that food.
Wait, so I could be putting orders or something? Am I missing? Oh, okay.
Not necessarily.
Okay,
but,
I got you. You posted a picture of that, of something, and I was like, I hit you up. I was like, hold up, you cater?
Yeah.
I was like, did I miss the memo? Because, I'm going to be first in line to put in some orders because your food is just amazing. So I'm looking forward to the patties and anything else that you have to offer. So a restaurant is not in your goals.
Oh no, I wasn't done.
Oh.
Yeah. Like looking at like 10 years from now, I want Culture Kitchen to be global because I have followings all over the world. In all these food groups I'm in, there's people from the UK, Germany, Norway, Australia. I haven't really connected with people in Asia yet or any country in Africa. Okay. I hope. But other than that, like I'm trying to make Culture Kitchen like a global name. And
I can see that.
I'm actually thinking about doing a product line. Instead of opening up a restaurant, I thought about just creating like a Culture Kitchen product line where I would have certain products. Not all products, but some. For an example, the lasagna. That is very possible because reheating lasagna, the taste, it keeps its taste very well. Yeah. There's certain foods where after you freeze it and then you recook it, it doesn't retain the taste as the same. Lasagna is one of them. Like you can cook lasagna and then freeze it and then reheat it and it would taste just as good. Gotcha. Things like that. I never really thought about doing catering. I actually just got booked for like a baby shower. It's only like 7 people. My thing is if it's under 10 people, I'm good. You try to get me to do like 10, 15, 20? Nah, bro. Because like that's not really my goal. I know we're in a pandemic right now and people were contacting me and I'm like, well, I need to get my name out there. So I'll take, these little catering things here and there. Ultimately, I really don't want to be known for catering, Okay. So, and then my food truck. So instead of a brick and mortar, my ultimate goal is to have a food truck. Okay. Like that is like number one. This is actually, I want my food truck more than I want my product line. Yeah, because I feel like with my food truck, it allows me to connect with the people more. It allows me to be on the go. The one thing I love about food trucks is the fact that I can move around. You can't move around when you have a brick and mortar establishment. Yeah. If you have a food truck, as long as you're in the right zone, park your truck, put up your signs, put your little thing on Instagram, like, yo, I'm on the corner of, this street and that street. Right. And get it cracking. You understand what I'm saying?
Hit different states.
Exactly. I want to go on tour. So traveling. I really want to travel. I kind of got that from Slutty Vegan. And I say Slutty Vegan because I feel like Slutty Vegan is goals for me. I feel like when you think of vegan food and you think of vegan fast food, you automatically think of Slutty Vegan and they're a brand. It's a Black-owned brand. And I love it, right?
I love it too.
But I feel like they up there by themselves, they need some company.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
They need some company. They can't just be up there by themselves chilling. Yeah. So I said, why not? I said, Hey, I'll try to get up there with them, right?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
yeah, I like how they truck. It goes from different cities, and
Mm-hmm.
it goes from Georgia to New York to Chicago to Texas, back to
Yeah.
Georgia. If it can go to Mars, it will go to Mars, right?
Right.
And one thing that's what I love about their brand is the fact that they connect with their people to the point now where they literally have lines wrapped around the corner every day. I don't care what time you go to Slutty Vegan down in Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
because I think they just opened up like a third location.
Yeah.
But their first location, you better get there like crack of dawn, because I hear the lines are just like wrapped around the
They
corner.
they really are. I
Yeah.
went last year in October around this time, and we got there. They opened at 4. We got there at 3. So we were like the second person in line, and we waited for that hour.
Yeah.
And by the time it was 4 o'clock, the line was
Exactly my point.
yeah.
And one thing I love about Slutty Vegan, one thing I love about Pinky Cole and what she did with her brand
Mm-hmm.
is that she made it to a household name. And now Slutty Vegan has actually turned into a tourist spot for Atlanta.
Yep.
So especially if you're vegan, even if you're not
Even
vegan,
if you're not, right.
a lot of people's like, I keep hearing about this Slutty Vegan. Let me go try
Yep.
it. So I kind of want the same thing for Culture Kitchen, depending on where I live. Like if I decide to get up and leave Baltimore and
Mm-hmm.
I move wherever I move to, I want that city to be known for Culture Kitchen. Which
Okay.
when I went to Sugar Factory, Sugar Factory's desserts, excellent. The vibe and the music and the culture, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
But the food was, it was all right. But they're
Mm-hmm.
really known for their desserts, right?
Okay.
But it's turned into a tourist spot. When you think of,
Mm-hmm.
you think of Sugar Factory. When you go to Atlanta, you think of Slutty Vegan. When you come to Baltimore, you think of Phillips.
Yeah.
I kind of want, now, don't get me wrong, we have some vegan restaurants here in Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
but from my customers, they're telling me that I can give these other companies some smoke.
You
They're,
absolutely, yes, you can.
they're telling me, they're like, bro, I've been to other vegan restaurants. They're not seeing you, bro.
Mm-mm.
You need to open up a business like right now. I
Yeah.
promise you, they're not seeing you at all. And I'm just like, all right, stop gassing me up. They're like,
No,
no,
we're not.
yeah, see, I be thinking that though. Like,
No, that cauliflower tasted like chicken, okay? And I couldn't believe it. Like I sent you mad messages like
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
how is this possible?
I'm
So
not going to tell you.
we are not gassing you at all. Your food is amazing.
I appreciate the love. That's pretty much the future for Culture Kitchen. Also, I'm actually thinking about starting an apparel line as well. If you ever notice at the end of my videos, I always say, "Oh, we cooking." That's
Yeah.
kind of like my subline, and that's my catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about starting like a "Oh, we cooking" apparel line where I create shirts with a lot of different like vegan slogans. You can get a shirt with like the Culture Kitchen logo on it. You can get a DatPlantBasedBrotha shirt. Those are the things that I have in line. So I have like product line, t-shirts, food truck, possibly doing YouTube again. I have collaborating with different brands. Yeah, like I really feel like the future for Culture Kitchen is the sky. I don't even want to say the sky's the limit. Like the solar system is the limit for
Right.
me.
It's no limit.
It's no limit for me because it's like I can do it all. Well, I
Wow.
won't say I can do it all, but like
Yeah.
I want to be able to have, "Oh, we cooking," the
Yes.
t-shirt line. Like the possibilities are endless.
Yes.
I mean, even if somebody comes and they pick me up and they financially back me,
Mm-hmm.
like Master P. I hope he's listening.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna hashtag Master P.
Yeah. You need to get Percy Miller on this. But yeah, he, one thing I admire about him is that he's really about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
To see what he's doing now, they talking about taking like Aunt Jemima off the grocery shelves.
Mm-hmm.
He came out with his own. And he got his own cereal line, pancake line,
Everything.
sneak everything. And I'm like, yo, this is the person I need to financially back Culture Kitchen. Just using him as an example because like he's on the forefront about entrepreneurship and he lives his life by example. With me transitioning my food to more of the plant-based side and slowly weaning off of the processed foods. Now I go on front. I'm not giving up, like the vegan cheeses and things like that.
Yeah.
That stays because that is what makes my mac and cheese my mac and cheese.
Okay.
That is what makes my cheddar broccoli soup my cheddar broccoli soup. So things like that stays. Yeah.
The picture just came back to my head. With the soup.
Panera who? Right.
Yes.
So things like that, I'm not taking that away. But if I can get you to eat mushrooms instead of
chicken,
a processed chicken patty or whatever, this is just my take on it. I'm not really a big fan of seitan. If you eat seitan, that's cool. That's you, whatever. But I'm really trying to get people to eat. And I think I would eat seitan before I eat chicken. Let's just get that straight.
Yeah.
I would eat soy before I eat chicken. And
Right.
I don't even like soy. And for all the listeners, my food is soy free. Get an opportunity to go to my page and see all my food. My food is soy free. I don't do no soy, right? With that being said, when you see my food, I'm trying to get it to where you're eating more plants.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of going vegan if you're not eating plants? Like, that makes no sense. Like,
Right.
I know, like, people go vegetarian and they don't eat vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Starch. Like, no. Like, eat your veggies, right? So, so I'm trying to get people to actually eat. You can still have your junk food, but I want people to eat like food that grows from the earth. If I can find a way to make a mushroom taste delicious, I'd rather you eat mushroom than to eat processed food, than to eat chicken. If I can find a way for you to eat veggies where you have to drink it through a smoothie, okay, drink it through a smoothie. If you can only consume it through soup, okay, I make soups, I make stews. It's endless. If I can get the culture truck, then I want to go to where people don't normally go, like the Great Plains.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
go to states over there. Go to the desert. Go to the West Coast. I've never been to the West Coast. I've been down south, but a lot of my followers in Atlanta, and they're like, bro, bring Culture Kitchen to Atlanta. And I say, no, y'all got everything in Atlanta.
That's so true.
People, no, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. Y'all got everything in Atlanta. No, I'll come do a pop-up.
Right.
But I'm not going to permanently set up shop in Atlanta. Y'all got everything.
They really do.
That's not fair to everybody else.
Right.
So I want to be able to offer my food to everybody else.
That's amazing. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to the present, just everything. I appreciate all the ideas that you have and all the work that you're putting in. And I know that it's going to come to fruition. And Culture Kitchen, it just sounds global. And I see that and I'm excited. Before we go, this is going to actually air close to the new year. And so before we go, what tidbit of information would you give to someone that is considering incorporating more plant-based meals? It's the new year, everyone's making resolutions. What would you offer to someone like that?
Okay, so if you're on the new year, new me journey, first thing I would say is you want to change your support system. So join vegan groups, join support groups that actually show that they actually care. I'm in a couple of them. Find some vegan content creators that are actually practicing what they're preaching. And just at the end of the day, it's a journey, not a sprint. So even if you feel that, okay, I'm out with my family, we at Outback and I got a salad and I really want that steak, and then you slip up and eat a piece of steak, don't beat yourself up. Just find a way to get back on that horse and keep moving, because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. If you try to go vegan and you try to incorporate more plants and you're trying to do all the right things and you slip, it happens. That's just a part of life. But you have to really understand, like, okay, are you learning from this situation? Are you going to grow? Or are you going to say, you know what, this ain't for me? One thing I've noticed about eating whole foods and eating plant-based is that a lot of people get bored very quickly.
Yeah.
So that's when you have to, like, you come to my channel, you go to other vegan channels, and you would see I'm not the only creative person. There are other content creators that are just as creative as me, and we all have our own uniqueness. There's certain things that I look at other vegan content creators, and I'm like, wow, like, I admire that. Like, I can't do that. So they're out there, and that's that. This journey is not necessarily hard. It takes commitment. That's the thing. This journey takes commitment. And if you are committed to this journey, you have a lot to look for and you don't have a lot to lose. So, yeah, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all of that information. And thank you for coming on to have this conversation with me, a random nobody.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Is it okay if I can plug my IG real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in my thing too, but yeah.
All right, cool. So, for everyone listening, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at DatPlantBasedBrotha. So that's DatPlantBasedBrotha. On Facebook, it's Culture Kitchen. Culture is spelled with a K, and kitchen is spelled KITCH''N. And that's for the same as YouTube as well, Culture Kitchen. If you want to email me, it's culturekitchen@gmail.com. Once again, all the link information will be included with the podcast once the podcast is broadcasted. So
yes, it will, guys, and you will not be disappointed. You might be a little angry if you look at the pictures and you can't get that food right away, but just know that Culture Kitchen is coming to somewhere, a food truck near you. It's gonna be global. It's gonna be all over, and I'm looking forward to it. So thank you again.
Vegan food porn is what we call it.
Yes. That's exactly what it is. Yes, food porn is exactly what he creates, and I hope that you were able to catch his Instagram handle, because you really don't want to miss out on any of his recipes. So it's DatPlantBasedBrotha, DatPlantBrotha on Instagram, and Culture Kitchen on Facebook. Guys, check him out. So like I said earlier, this episode is right before Veganuary. So even if you're not considering a vegan lifestyle or a vegan challenge, whatever you're considering to benefit your health, just remember, no matter how many times you fail, as long as you keep on trying, that's what's important. So keep getting up, keep trying, and the goals that you set for yourself will be achieved. And that's all I have, guys. I'm getting ready for Veganuary. I'm trying to rid my system of all those Christmas cookies and Christmas dinner, that I ate, and just get ready for newness. Right? The new year is coming. It's here, basically. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to 2021 as if 2020 is just going to be like, all right, I'm done, I'm out. It's not going to be gone. So we continually have to adjust and become acclimated with the new normal. So I just encourage you guys to stay focused, keep a positive outlook on things, because things are not the best right now, but each and every day they get better. So I'm done. Until next time, walk good. Translation, be safe.
Started from the bottom, look where we end up, on top like Pac, all eyes on us, blessings. Count my blessings. No more worries, no more stressing. No more stressing. With every loss there comes a lesson. Lord, all I'm asking is protection. Count my blessings. I wake up and count my blessings.